Hello and welcome to viewers of Good Morning DRC TV. I hope you are doing very well. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of May. I want to bring you this clip. I don't know if you recall, for those of you who are following this YouTube channel, you would have seen a video that I put out in order to give my analysis of what was happening in the White House when Cyril Ramaphosa was up there with the claim that Donald Trump made about the white genocide in South Africa. Now, I mentioned, or at least I said something along the lines of that story was basically something that Trump was either using in order to get a deal for his friend Elon Musk, that is for his Starlink, to have a contract in South Africa. Now, in the past, the Elon Musk wanted to have a deal or a contract with South African government, but it was turned down because it did not pass the regulatory laws in place for him to basically get a contract. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of this, but all I do know is that it was turned down because of the law in place. Now, it didn't actually please him for him to get a no from South African government, and he obviously made a big issue out of it, saying that, oh, he didn't get a contract because he is a white male who was basically wanting to get this contract. In other words, if it was black African or black South African, that would have been fine. So what happened, and we know obviously the situation with Ramaphosa in the White House. We know leading up to that Elon Musk, with his Twitter account, he was making a lot of claims in terms of how white Africans are being treated in South Africa. Now, whenever I came across such a declaration or the things that he was putting out on Twitter on this matter, I knew that it was something either being used in order to put pressure on the South African government because there were other motives behind it. So I put out a video on the day when Cyril Ramaphosa was in the White House. I said, I wonder if this is to do with the Starlink, but we'll see what would happen. Now, as it turns out, that since that meeting took place in the White House, the South African government has now relaxed its laws and regulations governing this situation in South Africa. As you can see, on the screen, this is obviously somebody else who has put this out there, just to say that this law has now been changed in order to satisfy Elon Musk. So now he has a door that is wide open for him to get the contract that he wanted. It's going to be with all the police force and many other activities that he's going to be able to do with his Starlink. And I mentioned this as well to do with the DRC, is that that Starlink is now in the DRC and they've got a contract with the government. They're based on his relation with Donald Trump. Now, am I saying that that is a wrong thing to do? Of course not. You leverage on these things, and by all means, it's fine. But I'm just giving my analysis so that people, at least those who watch this channel, you can understand where things are going or why things happen the way they do happen. In this instance, we know that all the what can I say? All the propaganda that was put out there in terms of what was going on in South Africa, nobody is denying the fact that the South Africa is well known for crimes, and apparently it's only 1% of the white minority that are victim of this. Large majority still black South Africans who are basically going through this terrible situation, but it was blown out of proportion just because somebody wanted to get a contract in South Africa. So it is a sad state of affair if this is how things are run. Like I said, is there anything wrong with what is done? No, absolutely not. He just basically leveraged on his relations with the with Donald Trump. You know, he is a transactional guy, I like to call him. So this is why I'm very keen to know what will unfold of the mineral deal in the Democratic Republic of Congo, knowing that it is America first, it is Trump first, and the rest can basically, I'll leave it there. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Share this link with other people. Let me know what you think in the comments below so we can talk. Take care of yourself in the next video. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye bye for now.